Unveiling the enigma, that's precisely what we are here to do today. The shocking truth about avoidance and long-term commitment. Yes, you heard it right. A subject as intricate as a masterfully woven tapestry, where every thread is a relationship, every knot a commitment issue, and every fray an escape plan. So, sit back, indulge in a little introspection, and perhaps, by the end of this, you'll find a piece of yourself reflected in the stories I'm about to tell. You see, avoidants, as they are called, are a curious breed, like rare birds that flit through the forest, seldom seen, yet often heard. Their songs are a haunting melody of distance, independence, and a touch of aloofness. For those who have dared to love them, they are the elusive treasure, the enigma wrapped in a riddle, tucked neatly into a conundrum. They are the sphinxes of the modern world, posing questions but rarely answering them. Let me take you to an old story I once heard, a tale of a gentleman named Henry, a charming fellow with the wit of Oscar Wilde and the heart of a hedgehog, prickly and cautious. Henry was the kind of man who could charm a crowd with a single raised eyebrow. He had a penchant for late-night conversations that danced around vulnerability like a cat around hot milk. He was the quintessential avoidant. Henry met Emily at a bookshop, a place where stories live and breathe between the pages. Emily was a romantic, her heart a kaleidoscope of dreams and possibilities. She was drawn to Henry's mysterious aura like a moth to a flickering flame. They danced the dance of courtship with grace and humor. But as time passed, Emily found herself pressing against an invisible wall. Henry's heart, it seemed, was guarded by a moat of solitude with drawbridges that seldom lowered. Herein lies the shocking truth. Avoidants, with all their charm and charisma, often shun the very thing they secretly crave: intimacy. It's the paradox of their nature. They stand at the precipice of vulnerability, gazing into the abyss, yet they hesitate to jump. The question lingers: why? One might argue it's a defense mechanism, a relic of past wounds or childhood tales where trust was misplaced. It's as if they wear the armor of independence, not realizing that it weighs them down more than it protects. In Henry's case, his father was a military man, strict and seldom home, leaving young Henry to find solace in solitude. Such origins often cast long shadows, and Henry's shadow was particularly long. But let's not paint avoidants as villains in a Shakespearean tragedy. They are not devoid of feeling, nor are they incapable of love. Quite the contrary, they feel deeply, love profoundly, but their expressions are cloaked in ambiguity. Their love is like a riddle, waiting to be solved, and those who dare to love them must have the patience of Job and the wisdom of Solomon. Consider the story of Alice and James. Alice was a woman of warmth and laughter, her heart as open as the sky on a summer's day. James, her partner, was an avoidant, a master of deflection and humor. He loved Alice deeply, yet the thought of long-term commitment was akin to staring into the sun, dazzling and terrifying. James had a peculiar habit of sabotaging the very thing he cherished. Birthdays forgotten, anniversaries ignored, and yet, in quiet moments, he would hold Alice's hand as if it were the most precious thing in the world. It was his way of expressing love, a silent sonnet that only those who listened closely could hear. Avoidants are craftsmen of subtlety. They build walls not to keep others out, but to see who cares enough to tear them down. It's a test of sorts, a challenge not for the faint of heart. And for those who pass, the reward is a love as profound as the ocean, as enduring as time itself. The path to understanding avoidance is paved with patience, empathy, and a touch of humor. One must learn to dance in the rain, to find joy in the little moments of connection. It requires the wisdom to know when to push and when to step back, when to speak and when to listen. Now, you may ask, is it worth it? To love an avoidant is to embark on a journey without a map, to sail uncharted waters. But for those who dare, the destination is a love that is rare and precious. A love that, once unlocked, is as fierce as a wildfire and as gentle as a whisper. If you find yourself in love with an avoidant, remember this: their silence is not emptiness, but a space inviting you to fill it with understanding. Their distance is not rejection, but a boundary waiting to be respected. And their hesitance is not a lack of love, but a cautious dance of self-preservation. It is in these moments of hesitation that avoidants reveal their humanity. They are not impervious to love, rather they are its most ardent students. They seek to understand it, to master it, even if from a distance. They are the scholars of the heart, and with the right partner, they graduate to become true romantics. As we unravel the shocking truth about avoidance and long-term commitment, let us not forget that love is a journey, not a destination. It is a tapestry woven with threads of patience, understanding, and the courage to face our own fears. Avoidants remind us that love is not always straightforward. It is a puzzle to be solved, a mystery to be cherished. So, if you find yourself entangled with an avoidant, remember that their heart is a vault waiting to be opened. And for those who hold the key, the reward is a treasure trove of love, laughter, and the profound satisfaction of having unraveled one of life's greatest mysteries. In conclusion, to love an avoidant is to embark on a journey of discovery, both of them and of oneself. It is to understand that their reluctance is not a reflection of their capacity to love, but a testament to its depth. For those willing to take the plunge, the journey is as rewarding as it is challenging, a testament to the power of patience, understanding, and the enduring human spirit. And so, with that, I leave you to ponder this paradox, to reflect on the nature of love, and to find your own path through the labyrinth of human connection. Remember, the shocking truth about avoidance and long-term commitment is not a tale of despair, but a story of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of love.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.